Welcome, folks. I am Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA, KIRK.
What's up?
I have no control over my hair. I've been trying to sort this out. Quarantine hair. So the new TENET trailer has dropped. Very, very excited about this. I've been, back and forth on whether or not we should watch it because it's, Christopher Nolan and it's very exciting. I want to be surprised when I watch the movie. I'm hoping that Chris Nolan has stuck with tradition in which he has total control over the trailers so he can say what is revealed and what is not revealed. So I'm hoping that mystery is maintained here. Anyway, very excited. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you get notified every time we drop another video. Thanks so much for hanging out. Here we go.
All I have for you is a word. TENET. It'll open the right doors, some of the wrong ones too. Use it carefully.
To do what I do, I need some idea of the threat we face.
As I understand it, we're trying to prevent World War III.
I'm not saying Armageddon here.
No. Something worse.
I gather you have an interest in a certain Russian national.
Why'd you bring me in?
You really want to know?
He can communicate with the future.
Time travel.
No. Inversion.
Aim it and pull the trigger. You're not shooting the bullet, you're catching it.
Horrible. But I've seen too much. Well, we'll try and keep up.
Your duty transcends national interests. This is about survival.
Seems bold.
Bold, I'm fine with it. I thought you were going to say nuts.
This is where our wolves collide.
How would you like to die?
Old.
You chose the wrong profession.
Well, that from here.
Hasn't happened yet.
There are people in the future who need us. They need TENET.
We need to save them here and now.
That's reversing the flow of time. Doesn't us being here now mean it never happened? You want to crash a plane,
But not from the air. Not so dramatic.
well, how big a plane?
That part is a little dramatic.
I still don't know what's going on. I'm watching this. I'm like, it's all so exciting, and I don't know what the hell's happening.
I like it. I like what I'm
Yeah.
seeing. I'm like, there was a point I was like, okay, so it's time reversal. Cool, I'm on board with that. That's very interesting. I like all of the cool effects that are going on. Like, it's giving me Inception vibes, because I remember when I watched that movie, I was kind of like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm getting that again here, where I'm like, huh? Like you said, I'm like, I thought I was on board for a second. Well, I am on board, but I thought I was getting it, and then I just went.
You're on board emotionally, mentally, just not logically. You don't.
Yeah,
You don't
I'm like,
understand what's happening.
okay,
Yet. Yeah.
but how are you gonna save the world? Like, I don't understand. You're saying words, but I don't understand
it's
what
English,
they mean.
but then it's not compute. No, I totally understand. I feel the exact same way. I don't think I've been this perplexed since watching the trailer to The Matrix. It's literally, that's the last time I have felt this confused and still so damn intrigued at the same time. Where I see awesome visuals. I see cool things are happening, but I don't know what any of this means. I feel like I have to go there and find out for myself. I applaud Christopher Nolan for really, really fighting to have this as a theatrical release, because we caught at least a portion of that excerpt they showed before Suicide Squad, which I thought or ACHARA thought was the beginning of Suicide Squad.
Yeah, because we were a bit late.
And I got into the theater, I'm like, damn, this is way better looking than what I thought it was gonna be. This is amazing. Why would anyone not like Suicide Squad? Not Suicide Squad, I'm thinking of the wrong movie.
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn, yeah. I was like, why wouldn't anyone like this movie? It's so amazing. And then I realized it was just an ad for Tenet. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, well.
Yeah, about halfway through, we were like, hold up.
Yeah.
This looks like the cast of Tenet.
While watching it, I was like, this feels a lot like Christopher Nolan. This doesn't feel at all like the movie I thought I was gonna watch. And then it turned out it was Tenet. They showed a piece of it here, which is at the Opera House where everyone's asleep. And I was like, I saw that excerpt and I still don't know what happened in that.
Yeah.
I don't understand. The only thing I gleaned from that trailer is that John David Washington saved their lives. That was it.
Yeah.
Like, it was supposed to be a bigger explosion and he decided to make the explosion a smaller boom. That was all I got from that. That was it. And so you just know that he's like the hero and there's some sort of infiltrating going on where he's like pretending to be a bad guy, but he's not. And I think based on a previous, like on the very first teaser that we watched and subsequent trailers, he's found out at some point. And he has to survive somehow. Like on the train track, when his mask is pulled off and he's like that, and he looks all intense and whatnot, he's found out. He's trying to infiltrate undercover and he's found out somehow. That's all I've gotten from this. Christopher Nolan always has this way of taking like a classic structure and then like inverting it somehow.
It's surprising to me that they didn't mention Memento as one of his movies, but I guess
that's way more apt.
Yeah.
But I mean, with each of the films they mentioned, Dark Knight is the only one that doesn't really make sense because it's the most forward structure. It's the most normal of the movies.
But it's probably the one that
most recognizable.
People recognize
no, I get that.
from.
But like Memento, Inception, and Dunkirk all have like something weird about them that make it seem like it's in line with this. Like this goes in the library of those movies. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight trilogy and all that, but like it just seemed like this really fits in with what Nolan typically does.
Yes.
Save for what's that movie with Al Pacino and Robin Williams? Insomnia. That's the only one that's like out of place in his library. Like this is totally Nolan.
I really liked Robert Pattinson in this as well. Like just what I saw of him, I liked the vibe.
How much did you see of him? Did you see that he was wearing underwear? I could not tell.
I bet he wasn't though, because we all know how he feels about underwear.
Did you see muscles on him? Because I could not tell.
Oh, he never has muscles. Oh my god.
Did he seem shiny?
Sometimes he sparkles. It makes up for the lack of muscles.
But nonetheless, like the action is like super, super exciting. I keep, trying to take it apart in my head going, well, it's just a gimmick, right? I mean, it's just playing it backwards, but there must be so much more strategy than that, obviously, because it's so complicated that I'm like trying to simplify it in my head and dumb it down because it's making me feel dumb. I'm like, what?
I can't even try and think about the logistics of how they shot it, but it looks fantastic. So far, what I'm seeing, I think the idea sounds great. It looks great. I was already sold. I am way more sold. I think the release date, though, is super optimistic, it being July 17th.
Who knows? I mean,
maybe
they're
for us in LA.
They're taking precautions with how they're going to seat people in the theaters, like how close you are allowed to sit next to the person, next, but you're still inside of a room where the air is being circulated.
Yeah.
So I don't know how
for an extended period of time
for a very extended period of time. So I really don't know how that's going to help. How much
viral load is high. Would you risk?
Yeah, I would go there with a Tenet mask.
Be like all the layers of masks and.
No, John David Washington's got like some kind of thing on his face. That
like the respirator.
Yeah, I would go in there with that, so I can feel like I'm still breathing. And they have these new masks that you can buy with like a zipper, or with like a little hole that you squeeze this handle and it goes, whoop, it opens up so you can like eat.
Because I was just talking about that, about going to the cinema during this pandemic and how annoying it would be because you can't drink, you can't eat anything, you just have to keep it on. But there's options, guys.
So Alfred, at the end of Dark Knight Rises, was sitting at the cafe in Italy or whatever, and then he just stayed there until John David Washington showed up. Now he made a new friend.
Like, hey, what's up?
It's like the last, because we see him at the cafe at the end of Dark Knight, at the Dark Knight trilogy, and then we see him here instead of a restaurant again.
Yeah.
Hello.
I love the fact that the cast is so international as well. Like he's really made an effort to, well, I mean, I guess he always does, but it's nice seeing just lots and lots of different representation in there.
Yeah, we just need Ken Watanabe.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, we've got other Asians in there. We've got like Dimple Kapadia and the kid from Yesterday. I like him. I forgot his name though.
Okay. Well, anyways, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon so you get notified every time we drop another video. Let us know if you're going to watch the movie in theaters with a mask on or the mask off, because we know you're gonna go watch it in theaters. So it's a matter of whether or not you're gonna be masked up or not.
Mask on.
I will go with my Bane mask.